Hello my beautiful friends. Today I am so excited to be bringing you my Christmas holiday / end of year TBR. So the majority of these are Christmassy. We have some Christmas murder mysteries, we have Christmas cozy mysteries, we even have a Christmas thriller or two along with some other kind of chilling winter thrillers. So this video is categorized by cozy mystery, kind of general mystery, and thriller. Feel free to jump around depending on what you enjoy, but we're going to dive into some Christmas cozy mysteries that I am hoping to get to this season. So for starters, I want to read more of the year-round Christmas mystery series by Vicki Delaney. I'm currently listening to book 2, which is We Wish You a Murderous Christmas, and the setting for this book takes place in Rudolph, New York. It's this small cozy town that is completely Christmas themed. It is a year-round Christmas town. Our main character is Mary. She runs Mrs. Claus Treasure, which is this really lovely gift shop with lots of Christmas decorations and things that are made by local artisans. She is a really great character. Her family is super involved in the community. Her father's kind of like Santa Claus for the community, and in this one there is a threat to the town when someone comes to town and is trying to build and like get people to agree to like a mega mart, even though this is a very small, like locally run area, and this person of course is murdered. That kicks off the mystery. I'm very intrigued by this one. I'm a few chapters in, very much enjoying it on audio and looking forward to reading more. Another one I would love to read this year is Murder at a Scottish Christmas by Tracy Hall. This is the next one for me in the Scottish Shire mystery series. So this is a Christmas and New Year's cozy mystery. Our main character is Paisley Shaw. She lives in Scotland, and her grandfather and her son, who's like 12 or 13, Brody, live together, but in this one they're hoping to get back into their home for Christmas. Either way, she's determined to make it a magical time of year for them. And for New Year's, they're going to be celebrating. There's going to be fireworks, and Amelia, who is a friend of hers and works as a receptionist at the police station, her brother is going to be there, and he's going to fulfill the Scottish tradition where the first person that should enter your home in the new year is a tall, dark-haired man, which I'd never heard of before, but unfortunately his luck runs out in this one, and I'm really excited to see this. This has the cutest cover. There's even a Scottish Terrier on the tree. I really love this series. It is such a phenomenal series. Another one that I just started and I'm so excited to read is Deck the Halls with Homicide by Christina Romero. This is book 3 in the Killer Chocolate mystery. The author did send this to me as an ARC, which is why there's this little strip on it, so keep that in mind. I'm only 50 pages into this. This one involves identical twins, Alex and Hannah. Alex is our primary character. They run this bookshop that sells killer chocolates that are themed, so like arsenic chocolates, you know, things like that. It's really, really fun. They also have a really cute Staffordshire Terrier who I adore, and his name is Watson. Their bookshop is also mystery themed, so very fun. But this year Alex got roped into being a judge for the Deck the Halls kind of contest, this like Christmas decorating contest around town, and this leads to her discovering a body. So I'm really excited to read this. I've read book 1 in this series and it was really good, but this one is going even better. I did have to skip book 2 to get to this one just because my library didn't have it. I'm gonna try to get a hold of it, but I love this. I'm enjoying this so much, and the Christmassy vibes are off the charts. I can't wait. Then I'm going to be reading the 4th book in the Deep Dish Pizza Mystery Series by Mindy Quigley. This is called Sleep in Heavenly Pizza. It is the second to last book currently out. The next one is coming out soon, and it's a Valentine's Day one, which I'm very excited for. But this one involves our main character, Delilah O'Leary. She runs a deep dish pizzeria in Geneva Bay, Wisconsin. It's this really cool small town with a mob history, and Butterball is my favorite. He's the cat on the cover. He is a hoot. I love him. And in this one, there is a big snow sculpting championship going on in town. Delilah is looking forward to the season until her high intensity older sister appears, and she's kind of stressed out, but she has this Chris Mucka catering gig that she's doing, and then something goes awry at the snow sculpting event. So I'm very excited for this. I always enjoy this series. It is so well written. The pizza will make your mouth water. Butterball is a hoot, and I do relate a bit to Delilah. She's very type A, and I kind of feel that. So I'm very much looking forward to this one. Next, I really want to read Bury the Hatchet by Peg Cochran. This is the second in the Cranberry Cove mystery series, which I started this year and really enjoyed. I believe this is a winter cozy. I don't think it's specifically Christmassy that I can tell, but there's a winter walk event going on. I really loved learning about the cranberry farm in this series. Monica's our main character, and her half-brother Jeff and her work on this cranberry farm with some family, and in this one the mayor has dreamed up this winter walk to bring tourists to this town when it's usually kind of dead. Unfortunately, he ends up dead at the opening ceremony, and her mother and stepmother are suspects. So high stakes. I'm really excited for this. The first one was so well written and the mystery really surprised me, so I'm looking forward to continuing the series. This next book is one I can't wait to read. It's the most anticipated release for me. Came out in October by Paula Charles and it's called A Zappy Little Christmas. It is book 3 in the Hometown Hardware mystery series and I loved book 2. I read that one earlier this year and it was phenomenal, and this one is Christmassy. It takes place in Pine Bluff, Oregon. Our main character in this is Donna Carpenter. She is in her 60s. She is a widow. Her and her adult daughter April live in the area. She runs a hardware shop, and in this one they invite an elderly neighbor to go on this like trolley ride through town to like look at Christmas lights and things when he spots a homeowner who's dead, maybe on their front lawn or something like that, and Donna gets involved in this case. I love her relationship with her daughter. I feel like it's so realistic. I think Donna's a great character, and this cover, can we just take a moment? I love the cover for this. I'm so excited. Next, I'm going to listen to this historical fiction mystery. It's called Christmas at the Grange. This is a Lady Hardcastle mystery. It is a novella, so it's pretty short. It's by T.E. Kinsey. And in this one, Lady Hardcastle and her maiden friend Florence/Flo are putting sleuthing aside to enjoy a holiday event at the Grange, which like the local lady and lord run. There's all these fun festive activities, but then a priceless necklace is stolen and they gotta catch the thief. I'm really excited for this. I've been waiting to listen to one of these on audio for a long time because I've heard people adore the audio for this in particular, but I've never read any on audio in this series, so I'm really looking forward to this cozy Christmas read. This next one is another recent release that came out in October. It is actually the only one that's not wintry or Christmas on the list, but I am so excited for it that I just need to purchase it on Kindle and read it. It's called Steamy Espresso Secrets by Tiora Moody. It is the 4th in the Joss Miller mystery series, which features Joss, who is a barista slash true crime podcaster in her late 20s. She is a wonderful character and her podcast is called Cold Justice. So she talks about cold cases and ends up trying to solve them. I love it. And in this one, her brother is in town and has some kind of secret he's keeping from her that her boyfriend, who's the detective in town, also knows about. And she starts to kind of nose around that. There's also a case she's covering about a gifted street photographer who died under mysterious circumstances in recent years. And if you're not familiar with this series, you actually get to read some mixed media because you get to read the podcast transcripts in different chapters throughout this, which I love. So I can't wait. Like if I don't end up getting to read this by the end of the year, I think I might go crazy. I'm so excited for this. This next one I tentatively want to read, but I want to ask you guys if you've read this series, do I really need to read it in order? Because this is book 3. It's called It Came Upon a Midnight Shear by Allie Pleader, and this is book 3 in the series. I have it on hold at my library. I'm hoping to grab it soon, so let me know if you think I really need to read book 1 or 2 first, because I really want to dive into this. Also, the title, It Came Upon a Midnight Shear. Like, are you kidding me? That is so good. Our main character in this is Libby, and she runs a shop called Yarn. Her and her fellow crafters are going to be decorating this community tree, and everything's going well until her ex-husband comes to town and shows up dead. And Libby might be a suspect in this. There's also this rare yarn that goes missing that's very interesting to like look up. It's a vicuña is the name of it, and I gotta look up more about that, but I'm very curious about the series. I love crafty series. Let me know if you think I need to read book 1 and 2 first, because I really want to get to this one. And then last but not least, for cozy mysteries, I want to read Without a Brew, a Sloane Cross mystery by Ellie Alexander. This one appears to be Christmassy based on some of the lights in the background. This is book 4 in the series. I've read the first 2, so I think I'll be okay jumping ahead one book. There's an ice fest going on, and she works at this microbrewery in Leavenworth, Washington, which is a Bavarian themed village. It's super beautiful. I love Ellie Alexander's writing. It sounds like someone goes missing, their car is vandalized, and it sounds like Sloane and Garrett, who owns the microbrewery, are actually kind of turning it into a part inn as well, which is kind of interesting. So I'm curious to learn more about that. This one just looks like a fun one. I might save this for winter because I don't think it's explicitly Christmas, but it does seem very wintry, so I'm very excited for this. Then I would really love to read The Mistletoe Mystery by Nita Prose. This is a novella from the Molly the Maid series. I don't know if there's a specific order this has to be read in. I couldn't tell from the description, but I have read book 1, so I'm familiar with the characters, and this just looks so fun. It's about 110 pages. It's described as a heartwarming story about the season and the true, like, loving nature of it. Molly is our main character. She's a maid at this really luxurious hotel, and her grandmother's passed away. She's been struggling with that for a few years, and her grand always tried to make things really special for her, but this year her boyfriend, who also loves Christmas, is going to try to help make it special for her. There's some kind of gift exchange at the hotel, and this leads to a personal mystery for Molly. I'm very intrigued. I'm hoping to either listen to this or snag it from my library, and yeah, that's a series I need to continue just in general anyways. I have The Christmas Jigsaw Murders by Alexandra Benedict. I don't know much about this, I just snagged it from my library, and I'm really excited for this one. So this one features our main character Eddie, and she is a puzzle fanatic. She's amazing at solving puzzles, and on the 19th of December she receives a mysterious jigsaw puzzle telling her that she needs to basically solve this mystery or people are gonna die. So she puts the puzzle together and it looks like kind of a crime scene. She contacts her nephew, D.I. Sean, and he helps her to start to sleuth, but as a body shows up with a jigsaw puzzle, he pushes her to get out of here because he fears for her safety, but she realizes she's the only one with the knowledge of puzzles to really solve this. I don't know anything about this. I really just picked it up on a whim based on the title, and that just sounds so fun. So I'm excited. Let me know if you've read any of these. And then last, for the general mystery section, I have Miss Winters in the Library with a Knife by Martin Edwards. I'm waiting for my library hold on this one, and this one involves 6 crime writers who've been invited to play this game where they have to solve a fictional writer's murder, and they'll win a huge prize that'll change their fortunes for good. They've been invited by the Midwinter Trust, and there's 6 staff members who are overseeing them to make sure no one's cheating, but not everyone will be playing fairly. I'm really intrigued by the title because it gives me Clue vibes, of course, so I'm curious about that. I'm wondering if there's any kind of Clue inspiration other than the title. Gonna see, but I'm very excited for this one. Next, I have The Christmas Guest by Peter Swanson. I'm hoping my library hold will come in on time. This is a novella that's very heavily Christmas themed, of course. Our main character in this is Ashley Smith, and she is a college student, an art student, in her last year, and one of her friends invites her back to their family home in this English countryside, and she takes them up on the offer, and she's kind of enamored by the friend's older brother, Adam, but he is being investigated for this brutal slaying of a young girl in the town. And Ashley starts to wonder, is she in a fantasy world, like a Christmas romance, or is she in a gothic horror? There also seems to be some kind of crime that took place 30 years ago that maybe relates to this, and a mysterious stranger who kind of lurks in the woods. I'm really excited for this one. I've had a good time with most of Peter Swanson's work, and I've heard great things about this. Another thriller I really want to get to is The Long Weekend by Gilly McMillan. This is described as 3 couples, 2 bodies, 1 secret. I am so intrigued by this. So this involves a group of women who are friends. They book a retreat to the super isolated area where there's like no cell service, nothing. But upon arrival, there is a note saying that before they get home, one of their husbands will be dead. I don't even know. And they've been keeping secrets for each other. Their friendship starts to fracture under the stress. There's no cell service. They are trapped. I am very intrigued by this. It sounds fascinating. I haven't read anything by this author, but this sounds like a great way to break in and try this new author. This next one is another new author to me. It's called A Wicked Snow by Greg Olson. Our main character in this is Hannah, and she was a girl when tragedy struck. There were bodies, her mother did not make it, the killer was never found. 20 years later, she is a talented CSI who investigates abuse cases with children, and she receives a very chilling message that brings her back to this past and the fact that that killer might still be out there. I don't know anything else really about this, but it looks very snowy and chilly and wintry, and I'm excited to read it. By James S. Murray, I want to read You Better Watch Out. For the title and cover alone, this one looks like such a fun Christmassy thriller. And this one sounds like kind of a scary one-by-one situation. Our main character in this is Jessica, and she wakes up in like the days leading up to Christmas, and she is in this like area. She doesn't know where she's at. She's contained. She has a gash on her head. The last thing she remembers is going for a run and getting hit over the head. And there are other people down there with her who share similar stories of being attacked while out and then abducted, and they start to die one by one while she's there, and she realizes she needs to get out now. This one sounds super gripping. Like, just reading that I was like, ooh, okay, but I'm very curious about this one. A super snowy wintry thriller I want to read is called Breathless by Amy McCulloch. This one features a journalist named Cecily Wong who's going to be interviewing this mountaineer up high in a mountain. So talk about very high stakes, isolation, everything I love. And our journalist, Cecily, basically puts everything on the back burner to take up this interview with this famous mountaineer, Charles. She puts her relationship on the back burner, her savings, everything. She does have a failed history of a climbing, like she has some experience climbing, but she's not like a mountaineer like this man, but she's going on a huge expedition up to 8,000 feet, it sounds like. And while they're up there, one of the mountaineers dies, but it seems like an accident until it happens again, and now she's stranded up there on this mountain. This gives me chills. It sounds crazy and scary, but fun. The Ice Angels by Carolyn Mitchell. I've just barely started this. This is a Nordic noir, like crime noir thriller. And basically we have these girls who've been snatched in this area over the years, and one of them is actually found, but she won't say a word. And so the police call in a woman who was on the force and actually had her daughter snatched in a similar way to try to break this case. But the closer the detective and the girl get to uncovering what's going on, the bigger danger they are in. I'm very excited. I got this through NetGalley and I can't wait to give it a read. Another recent release that I'm super excited to read is called Dead of Winter by Carrie Beavis. This is a Christmas winter thriller and it takes place about a few days before Christmas. Our main character in this is a woman who's looking for answers. She finds out she has this brother, but he seems like he has a lot to hide, and he's granted her 1 hour. So she drives through the snow to this big manor, and his wife is polite, but he's very tense and seems like he's trying to get her out of there until the power cuts and she's stranded there with him, and she does not feel safe. And there seems to be a lot of secrets hiding in this manor. Very excited. I've only read one Carrie Beavis before and it wasn't a hit for me, but I've heard that there are a lot of ones that she's written that are really good, so I wanted to give another try, and this one sounds super, super good and bingeable. And lastly, I want to read Tiny Wild Things by Danielle M. Wong. I got this on NetGalley a while ago and I'm behind on reading it, but it looks really fascinating. The main character is a journalist. This is a psychological thriller about a woman named Fran who gets a really exclusive interview with this reclusive artist who agrees to answer her questions. So she goes out in the middle of like nowhere, it's snowy, it's creepy, but he doesn't seem like he's answering her questions, and he seems to know some really weird personal things about her. He invites her to go on a hunting trip with him, so she goes in hopes that this will kind of warm him up, but when she's out there, she actually starts to fear that maybe this was a mistake. I've never heard anything about this. I believe this is the author's debut, and I would really love to get to this hopefully either before Christmas or shortly after in January, because it looks like a really fun wintry read. And that is everything for me today, guys. I think I went through those pretty quickly, but hopefully this gives you some inspiration for your own Christmas and winter TBR. These are some books that I'm just determined to read most of, hopefully before Christmas, especially like the Christmas cozies, and lots of fun winter thrillers that I'm really looking forward to. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoy mystery content, I hope you'll hit subscribe. I talk about everything mystery on this channel, so everything from cozies, murder mysteries, and thrillers. If you enjoy those genres, click subscribe. I do talk about those every week on my channel and do cozy reading vlogs as well. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and let me know what is on your Christmas and winter TBR. Bye, guys.